Let's go into our next session. Dainik Jagran presents Ignite from Within, the burnout cure for creative brains in association with Yoga Bar. So how can we really do that reset that is needed? How can we truly make that radical shift in how we fuel our minds as well as our bodies? And I think we're going to get an answer to that and much more with these two people that are coming and joining us, each of us in their own field. Coming and joining us right now, please put your hands together for holistic nutrition and lifestyle medicine expert, Luke Coutinho. And today, Luke will be in conversation with someone who knows exactly what it means when we say leading with empathy in a high-stake world of business as well as brands. Let's welcome onto our stage, Babita Baruah, CEO of VML India.
Hi, Luke.
Hi, how are you?
Lovely to be here. Hi, everyone. So happy to start off, Luke. So I must say, Luke and I were just chatting, and one of the things that he mentioned, which I thought was very interesting, is that the last 2 or 3 days, Luke has been with the armed forces, and guess what? It's armed forces into burnout, and that's what he's been addressing. And Luke, I think the team here would love to know some learnings from that and how that's relevant to us.
Okay, great. It's good to see all of you. How many of you enjoy Goa? Put your hands up. Awesome, awesome. So this is my hometown. My school is just 10 minutes away from here, so it's good to be back over here to address all of you today. The last 3 days were extremely interesting for me. I was invited to Hyderabad to be with the armed forces, then in Bangalore to be with the CISF soldiers who recently served, to talk about burnout, peak performance, peak nutrition. The one thing that I learned, which is very, very relative to all of us who may be in very challenging work situations, sometimes family situations, burnout. Are we feeling out of control? Is our work becoming overwhelming? Is our life becoming overwhelming? The one thing I learned from the army was one simple word. It's called adapt. How do we adapt? All of us right now are trying to align to something that we saw on social media, a reel that spoke about 16/8 intermittent fasting. All of us should sleep for 8 hours. All of us should get 30 minutes of sunlight in the morning. And just seeing that burns us out more because we realize that how do I fit this into my day, every day? I have so much of work. Dear work, the word is adapt. The army, likewise most of us. If we look, this is my life. This is the time I can sleep. This is the time I can wake up. This is the time for my meals. This is the time for my workout. How do I adapt my health and life within that situation? So if we're constantly trying to align to what social media is telling us, we're already burning out. How many of you can achieve everything that you watch on social media every day in terms of health? Put your hands up. Because every day, every hour, there's something new. It's either pumpkin seeds or then the best fruit is guava. 1 hour later, it's pomegranate. The next, it's kiwi. We're burning out with just information. So I think the main word is how do all of us adapt at this particular point in our life with our work and with our personal life.
That's great. Every time you talk, I realize I'm guilty of so many of those, Luke. I'll be a changed person after this.
Thank you.
Which brings me to burnout, and I think all of us here would agree, we do use the term a lot, and it's almost become lingo. I'm burnt out, right? And a lot of it is true, but are there any signals or signs to burnout, do you think?
Great question. How many of you think how many of you think you're burning out? Put your hands up right now. Okay, great. Quite a few hands up, quite a few hands. Now let's talk about the symptoms of burning out. Okay, not to take away from anyone who's burning out, but sometimes we get confused because we use words and labels very easily as human beings. Depression is real, but a lot of people create it. They say, oh, I'm depressed. I didn't meet my deadline. No, you're not depressed. You're just feeling failure. There's a big difference between depression and feeling failure. Some of us may genuinely be burning out, but some of us may just be using it as a term because we feel out of control. So what is the symptom of burnout? Burnout is an SOS signal from your body symbolizing chronic stress. It means from the time you wake up till you sleep, you're constantly stressed out. The second symptom is the things that make you happy or that motivate you no longer make you happy and no longer motivate you. So if you enjoyed spending time with your friends, if you're in a state of actual burnout right now, that will not inspire you anymore. If a workout made you feel good, right now, it doesn't inspire you anymore. So burnout, another symptom is when we actually feel that nothing makes me happy anymore. It's not just the feeling of being out of control. The third, when we allow these symptoms to start harming our relationships. When it starts to change the way that we eat, we know that junk is bad for us, but yet we'll continuously eat it. You'll know that smoking is bad for you, but you'll continue to do it because somewhere in you, a symptom of burnout is, I don't care about myself anymore. I'm burning out. So these are some of the symptoms that we have when we're going through burnout. Now you can put yourself in that category because we want to make sure that we're not using the word carelessly. Another word that we love using, I'm so stressed out. The very fact that you told your mind stressed out, your body will now respond to what stress is, and you'll start to behave that way. What creates behavior? A thought. Every thought creates a behavior. You can't have a behavior without a thought. You can't have a feeling or an emotion without a thought. If I ask all of you right now, be angry. Can you be angry? No, you have to have an angry thought first. If I ask you to be happy, can you be happy? No, first you have to have a happy thought. So what we keep telling our mind becomes our emotion and our behavior. So these are some of the symptoms for us to recognize and put ourselves in the category of, are we burning out? Are we getting there? Or maybe I'm just negatively self-talking all the time. A lot of us do negative self-talk. I'm not good enough. I can't handle this. This is not meant for me. I'm useless. I don't look good. I don't like my skin. These are all signs of negative self-talk, which eventually becomes our feeling, our emotion, and we behave according to that first negative self-talk. So these are some of the symptoms.
That's really interesting. I'm curious to understand, will the same hands go up again after this definition, but I won't ask that question. Luke, this brings me to everyone here, right? We are a creative industry, and that's what Goafest is about, and generally our work is about. And then we are talking about holistic health and wellness. What really is the connect between the two, and how do you think this holistic health and wellness really enhances creativity? Because that's really the output that all of us are working towards.
Great. So I think, how many of you believe that food has an impact on your mind? Put your hands up. Everyone, yeah. There's actually no debate around that. It's science and it's real. So there are 4 things that can impact your creativity. Okay, no one is taking away the genius of your mind, but what are the impacts? One is nutrition. You're either feeding yourself the right food or the wrong food. You'll get that outcome based on what you fed yourself. Junk and processed will give you instant gratification for 10 minutes max. After that, you're going to have an energy slump. When you have an energy slump, your creativity goes down, and that's why you reach out for the next cup of coffee or the next stimulant, and it becomes a vicious cycle. Your food has an impact on your creativity. Your sleep has an impact on your creativity. Now, some of you may get your ideas at 2 in the morning. Is that a bad thing? No. It's okay as long as you're still getting the full amount of sleep that you require. Some of you may get your ideas early in the morning. So you sleep early, wake up early, get your ideas. The idea is not when you should sleep. The idea is, have you finished the quota of sleep that your body type requires? Your emotional wellness has an impact on your creativity. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the most creative geniuses have taken negativity like hurt, betrayal, anger, and they've created it. They've channeled that energy into creativity. But if you take negative emotions and you're constantly feeding them and thinking about them and drinking them away or smoking them away, you're not channeling that into creative energy. You're actually lowering your creative edge. And the last one is your movement. How many of you think you get better ideas when you're working out, when you're walking, when you're... Yeah, I like that. A lot of hands over there. Why do we get that? Because when we're working out, we're producing endorphins. We have more blood flow to our brain, to the prefrontal cortex of your brain where most of your ideas come from. And that is why movement generates creativity. You'll get the idea over there, and your idea will become real when you're in a sedentary form, which means you're sitting at your desk or you're sitting with your notepad. So all of these lifestyles have a direct impact with your creativity. Can I add the hustle culture to this, please?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So the hustle culture is huge right now, but the hustle culture fails eventually because it only glorifies exhaustion and being busy. That's what the hustle culture is. Now we try to align to the hustle culture. I'm moving from one thing to another. Number one, it dims your inner spark. It creates, clouds in your judgment, and it cuts away your creative edge. The whole idea is, do you need to hustle to achieve in life? That's the Instagram story. But in real life, you'll see all the solid business empires, personal brands have been built over time, step by step, patience, elegance, and a sense of urgency. A sense of urgency is very different from constantly hustling. I'm moving from this to that because you can't be creative when you're in a fight and flight mode. You can be creative when you're in the parasympathetic mode. So the hustle culture also adds to taking away these basic lifestyle fundamentals that can impact creativity.
Right. And I'm just thinking, Luke, perhaps it's a misconception that we've all created on the more the hustle, the more productive you are. And which is why it's almost become like a pressure to also be hustling. So I guess that's what leads. It's like a chicken and egg story, right? So
yeah, absolutely. I think hustling only gets you the likes and views, but it doesn't really get the work done. The same work can be done when someone actually aligns their body, their mind, and their emotions with the work that they need to do. In hustle culture, there is no way you can align your emotions, your mind, and your body. They're all disrupted. They're in disharmony. That's why it leads to exhaustion and eventual burnout.
Right. Look, is it okay if you share an example that we were talking about, somebody you know who's really created something by taking a break or being conscious of wellness, if it's okay to share?
Sure. How many of you have visited the Burj in Dubai? Hands up. Do you like it? Put your hands up. It's beautiful. It's a marvel. I had the privilege of working with the head architect, a creative genius. And we were sitting down, and he shared two things with me. He said, Luke, to create that, my obvious question was like, how do you create something like this? So he said, of course, you have a lot of the sheikh's money, and then you have your genius that you put onto paper. The day before his presentation to the sheikh about the structure and the creativity of the Burj, this is how he started his day. He was nervous. He didn't know whether the idea would be accepted. He had worked for a year and a half on the program and the entire architecture and the creativity of the Burj. He gave me one piece of advice, which I will share with you. He's saying, whenever you're about to get into a really large creative project, what is the one thing that you love doing? For him, it was a swim in the ocean. He went in the ocean for 30 minutes just so he could reconnect with himself, reset. Went, had a shower, dressed up, went for the meeting, and the next day the plan was approved. It is so important for us to understand that while we're constantly engaged in life, sometimes stepping back and doing those one or two things that you love before a massive creative project actually boosts your creativity way more than just jumping into it, trying to hustle your way through it, and burning out more and more. So that was one example that he shared.
That's amazing. And it could be anything, right? It could be a cup of tea, it could be swimming.
Yeah, anything, whatever makes you happy. If I had to ask you right now, in 5 seconds, can you think of that one thing that really makes you happy when you do it? I'm not talking about drugs, alcohol, or anything like that. That anyway is going to make you happy based on how it chemically works in your body. I'm talking about over and above that. Do we have that list, those 2 or 3 things that instantly many people have to think about it? So that's your homework. You should always have these 3 things. So sometimes when you need to reset, just go and do that one thing that really reconnects you with yourself.
I'm shifting gears a little bit, also conscious of time, and that is, there's so much happening around us today, social media, work, technology, everything, that I sometimes get a sense, I've also read about it, spoken about it, that we are almost losing that connect with ourselves because we are living for an external world. So do you have any thoughts on that and how overall wellness can really help you perhaps connect back? We've spoken a little about it, but if you want to build on it.
How many of you think that you could connect more deeper with yourself? How many of you think you lack that right now? Put your hands up, please. Many. But again, let's go with symptoms. It's always good to go with a symptom. How do we know if that's true? How do we know if we're disconnected right now? We're too connected with our job, we're too connected with social media, we're too connected with the outside world and lesser connected with ourselves. The first symptom that you would face is, again, the things that used to make you happy no longer make you happy anymore. Maybe you won an award today, but it doesn't give you that joy. It's just like, it's just an award. Someone complimented you or appreciated you. Before, it would make you feel motivated and inspired, but today, it's okay. These are signs that we're no longer connected with ourselves. The connection never breaks, it's there. It's just covered with layers and layers of what we've given more importance than our actual selves. Like things that make us happy, people that make us happy, small moments in life which are so, we can appreciate it. But we no longer look at this. We're looking at the bigger things. How many of us can go out into nature and come back feeling recharged? Very good. But too few hands up. How many of us can go into nature and we're still on the phone, we're talking, we're confused, we're looking at the stock market, and we just miss all that beautiful nature around? Many of us. These are signs that we're disconnected. The only way to reconnect is when you start to do your work, focus on your deadlines, but when you also start to give importance to the little things that truly make you happy. Those little things are also people. How many of you have children? Put your hands up. How many of you feel the happiest when you're with your children? How many of you wish you could spend more time with your children? All those hands are the same that are up. So we already have something that makes us truly happy, but we're not using it to our benefit because what's come in? We've made something more important than what we really like. Yes, your work will be important, your money will be important, your salaries will be important, your growth will be important. But if you've made it more important than your true life happiness points, at some point you are going to lose like everyone does. So we reconnect by simply reestablishing every day, what are those things that make me happy? If it's your child, right now you should be setting the intention. How am I going to spend more time with my child and achieve my work and achieve my goals? Do you think both are possible? Absolutely yes. It's a mindset to think that if I want to grow in life, I got to neglect my children. Because we define spending time with our loved ones as quantifiable. Oh, I don't have 2 hours to take my wife out for a date or go out with my husband. You ask any woman if it's about the quantity of time, they'll just say, no, I just need to feel your presence over here. It's not quantifiable. It's about the quality of the moment you give your child or your partner or whoever it is that matters in your life. So I think, can I just jump straight into the 3 rituals?
Yeah, why don't you do that? Yeah.
There are 3 little rituals that have worked beautifully because we talk to corporates around the world, and over time we've arrived at these 3 rituals. One is, I have a name for each exercise. One is called a mind sweep. All this takes you less than 2 minutes in a day. In the morning, there are 3 exercises, morning, afternoon, and night. 6 minutes, that's it. If we can't find 6 minutes in our day, your next speaker should be speaking on time management. Because 6 minutes is really, really easy, right?
Love it.
So mind sweep, what is the mind sweep exercise? Okay? The mind sweep exercise is very simple. Okay? You write down or you really think of 3 things or people, doesn't matter, that you're truly grateful for. Okay? Don't do it, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my job. No, I want you to go deeper. Followed by that, set an intention for the day in the morning. Your intention can be as simple as, today is going to be an amazing day. Or, today I'm going to focus on my health. Just set a little intention. Today, I am going to overcome that fear I have. Today, I'm going to muster up the courage to go and tell that person what I've been holding in my heart for the longest time. That's an intention. That's it. Less than 2 minutes. Your midday exercise is something that I call breath stacking. What is breath stacking? In a minute, slow, deep breathing. 6 counts to 10 counts. You'll say, but Luke, what can happen in a minute of deep breathing? Let me tell you the magic and the science that happens in one deep breath. Every time you do and an exhale, there are 1,000+ functions happening in your body positively, in one deep breath. So I call breath stacking. If you have a minute, most of you will do maybe 6 to 8 deep breaths. If you have 2 minutes, you'll do 10 to 12. At any point in your day, and you can do this anytime. Just sit, 8 to 10 deep breaths. Through the nostril, inhale, exhale through the nostril. Simple breathing, that's it. You want to make it more complicated, you can do box breathing, you can do a 4-7-8, that's up to you. But the concept is simple. That's called breath stacking. That's your midday exercise. The last is what we call as a digital sunset. What is a digital sunset? Again, in less than 2 minutes. At the end of your day, put your phone away for at least 5 minutes. Sit down, cup of tea, whatever it is, your balcony, sunset, that's up to you. And in that 5 minutes, just reflect over your entire day and find that one small win that you achieved in that day. For some of you, it could be, I did a workout after so long. That's a win. Some of you, it could be, I moved from 5 push-ups to 10 push-ups. Another win, I managed to drop my child to school today and she was so happy. Someone else, maybe it's a small win at work. It is so important. Now let me connect these exercises together. It is all about rewiring your subconscious mind by being in the presence, in the present moment. Because we're all disconnected all of the time. Now you may say, how can these 3 exercises impact my life? Try it for a week and you realize what I mean. I'm going to do the 3rd exercise with you. I'm going to start with the first exercise right now. If I had to ask all of you right now, relax. What intention can you set for yourself for the rest of the day? What would come to your mind? Right now, do it. Take 2 minutes. Set an intention for the rest of the day. Some of you may see me in the gym at 5 o'clock. Some of you may just have a great time. Some of you may want to go down to the beach over there, enjoy the weather, try some Goan prawn curry rice. I don't know, whatever it is. Set an intention that makes you happy. Just set the intention. You see, when you set an intention, just think of an intention as a seed that you plant into your subconscious mind. When we're not setting intentions, we're mostly planting seeds of what's going to happen. Fear, anxiety, negativity. The balance is, what happens if I plant a seed of intention? It's all about balance in your subconscious mind. Because everyone's behavior in this room is 95% led by your subconscious mind. 5% is your conscious mind. That's the first exercise. Everyone set an intention for today? The intention could be just, I want to just chill and relax. That's also an intention. The last exercise that I'll leave you with right now is, from the time you woke up till now, can you think of a small win that you've achieved today? It could be something you learned from one of the previous speakers too, but that's a win for you. It made you feel inspired. You're going to make some change. I want you to do that right now. Take a minute. From the time you woke up till now, what is that 1 or 2 or 3? It's up to you. Small win that you've achieved today. Maybe it's a healthier choice of breakfast. Maybe it was 1 coffee less. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm just giving you examples. By doing these little exercises, you have to be in the present moment right now, right? That's all we're trying to do, bring people back to the present moment, because too many of us are living in the future or in the past. And that's how life is passing all of us away. Until we have that one moment, that one tragic moment that we realize that, what have I done? We don't have to wait for that moment. We can start right now, right today. And all this amidst your busy schedule. No one's changing that. No one's changing your deadlines. No one's changing your life ambitions and your goals. All I'm asking you is to align your body, your mind, and your emotions so that you can make the most of this one life that you have. Everyone does know that, right? Do we need reminders? We have only one life on this planet. How are you going to use it? I have the privilege of working with cancer patients. Many of them are terminally ill, which means they'll die in the next couple of months and a couple of weeks. So I've had the privilege over 13 years to speak to my dying patients. Not one of my patients who are dying have ever spoken about what designation they reached in life, how much money they earned, which car they drove. You know what they spoke about? They spoke about things like love, memories, their children growing up. They spoke about these things, every one of them. I don't have a single patient who spoke otherwise. What do we learn from this? That eventually this is the essence of life. Our jobs, our money are ways to get through life. But don't lose sight of what really is going to be your essence of life. Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I mean, we've got a few minutes to spare, but I think we owe it to you to give it back to you for your patience. I think all of us have really benefited from it. I've taken mental notes, but I wish I had a pen and paper. But thank you so much, Luke, and look forward to engaging with you again. Thank you. And thank you everyone here for your time.
Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.